Welcome everybody back to the Trader's Mindset series. If you are new here, please go watch the rest of the videos in the series. We will put a link above. There was a lot that we went over already, and you want to finish all them videos first. Today, we will be discussing the long-term mindset. For a lot of traders, this is one of the biggest struggles they have. Most traders are too focused on today. Most traders are too focused on the shortcuts. Trading isn't about making a quick profit. It's about building a sustainable approach that leads to consistent success over time. A long-term mindset helps you keep focused on your bigger goals, even when short-term results may not go as planned. Too many traders get wrapped up in this loss, that loss. The same thing we talked about when we were talking about the bankroll management video. Too many traders get caught up in R to R, risk to reward, exactly what happened in this trade. Too many traders are thinking about today. Too many traders don't focus on the next 6 months. It seems to me like most traders get caught up in the short-term results. And I say this coming from a sports betting and poker background. I've had several businesses, and once I came to the trading space, it seems like everybody is focused on this trade, what the results were today. Nobody's focused on where they're going to be next year, what their bankroll is like next year. Being a successful trader is a marathon, not a sprint. A long-term mindset keeps you focused on the sustainable growth rather than the quick gains or quick losses. When you switch your mindset and begin to focus on the long term, you'll understand that individual trades are small steps towards your bigger goal. This will keep you from getting discouraged by losses or overconfident from wins, helping you maintain consistency over time. I know a lot of traders have been talking to me recently about revenge trading, and this is another one of those things of having that long-term mindset. When you're only focusing on this trade, when you lose this trade, you feel like all is lost. That's the big reason that people come back and revenge trade to get the money back that they just lost on one trade. When you think about it over a 6-month period, 100 trade period, a whole year period, what does one loss matter? You have to ask yourself, how many times are you going to sabotage your dreams for instant gratification? How many times are you going to revenge trade and give everything back just because of one loss? If you start changing your mindset and looking at it from a view of, let's even say a year, say, I'm going to look at this as 1 year's time. So start off tomorrow. We're living for the next year. We're not living for tomorrow. We're not living for this trade. We're living for the next year. Now, when you look back on this in a year, do you think you're going to care about that one trade that you lost tomorrow? Will you even remember that? Answer will be no, you won't, unless this is one of those revenge trades where I remember that trade, I lost, and then I went back and revenge traded and blew my account, blew multiple accounts. You'll remember it then. However, you wouldn't remember it if you just took the loss, continued on, made your wins like you're supposed to. Stick to your strategy. Continue to trade. You will never remember that loss in a year if you don't revenge trade into it. One of the biggest challenges getting caught up in short-term thinking, whether it's reacting emotionally to a losing streak and profits after a winning streak. Focusing on short-term outcomes can lead to impulsive decisions. Long-term mindset, you recognize that short-term results are just a part of the journey, not the final destination. A long-term mindset requires patience. Patience with your strategy, patience with the market, Furthermore, patience with yourself. Sometimes progress may seem slow. It's easy to get super frustrated, guys. Success in trading does not happen overnight. By trusting your process and sticking to your plan, you allow your skills to develop and compound over time. I always like to compare everything to poker all the time. And you guys can compare it to whatever you want in life. When you think about how traders react to a loss when they go to revenge trading, you can look at it a lot like poker. You play a hand, you lose, now all of a sudden you go all in on the next hand, knowing that the pocket cards that you got aren't even playable, but it doesn't matter because you're on tilt, the same phrase that they use for poker as revenge trading for traders, and you just go all in anyway. There's no way to win doing these things. And if you do get so lucky as to win, now where are you? Now you've built bad habits. So that's actually worse than losing. Once you build bad habits, now you're going to make that into routine. And now you're going to continue to do the same bad things over and over and over again. There are no shortcuts in trading. And for any of you that think that this is a get-rich-quick scheme, it's just not the case. It's all about the process at the end of the day. Like I've said over and over and over, you have your setup, you have your entry, take the trade. Trade wins, great. If the trade loses, great. You're looking for the next setup. This isn't about wins and losses. This is about consistency over the long haul. Consistency over 100 trades. Consistency over the next 6 months, the next year. These are the things that matter. In order to be consistent, you have to stick to your process. It has nothing to do with today's trade, tomorrow's trade. It has to do with the next 100 trades. Traders need to think more about the process and less about the P&L. Honestly, when you truly think about it, it's just like any other craft out there. If you're a woodworker, how do you make money? By perfecting your craft. If you're a metal worker, how do you make your money? However, if you're a trader, I think the only way to make money is hurrying up and making a trade and making $1 million on the next trade. You have to perfect your craft. It's no different than anything else out there. The more time you concentrate on saying, I want to be a perfect trader, rather than concentrating on, when am I going to get my Lambo, better trader you'll become. You start measuring your success in months or years, rather than measuring your success per trade. Things will change. You'll see things differently. Your mindset will change. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to get a notebook, a pen, and write down what you have achieved in the last 6 months. How are you a better trader than you were 6 months ago? After you fill all that out, write everything that you're better at today than you were 6 months ago. Then I want you to turn the page over and write everything that you want to achieve in the next 6 months. And let's focus on them goals rather than focusing on what we're going to do in the next trade. Once you're done writing all that down, you need to remember every trade, every day, you don't want to sabotage that dream that you have in 6 months, this one trade, or this one day of trading. Successful people don't think about where they're going to be tomorrow. They think about where they're going to be in 10 years. And while we're on the topic of 10 years, why don't you guys get another piece of paper and write your goal you want to achieve in 10 years. Big goal. What is it you want to achieve as a trader in 10 years? And while you're at it, let's help you stick to it. Drop it in the comments below. Let's everybody share where it is they want to be in 10 years. And let's achieve these goals, guys. For our quote today, guys, it is from Bruce Lee. Long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. Let that set in for a minute. I hope that resonates with you guys. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see the videos coming in the future, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever I put a video out. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, guys, stay consistent out there.